Black Panther, the Marvel movie of the month.
Marvel movie of the month. This one is special. Everybody's been waiting for
No,
this
it is a particularly special one.
It has a very special meaning to some very special people. Everyone who isn't white.
But I'm from South Africa.
All white people are banned from having special feelings about this specific film.
Funny enough, the language they were speaking is Xhosa, you know? That's South African language. I did that in school.
Yeah.
So it's like, those are my people. In a way. What I was wanting to say is that Marvel has been very good, consistent-wise. Throughout all their films, they've been quite good. Some are a bit less than, some are a bit more than. But what I've kind of felt like that's happening is they've actually got, somehow, it's instead of it becoming like, instead of it's pissing me off that there's so much fucking abundance of Marvel material, they're starting to get really interesting with their shit. It didn't feel like the stereotypical same old shit that we get from Marvel. It was add a little bit of extra flavor to it.
Yeah.
I mean, what I will say straight off the bat as a diss is that it was a typical Marvel formula. It did exactly what it was. The bad guy, the good guy, oh, this thing's gonna happen, or it doesn't happen, oh, the world is in trouble, blah, blah, blah. That's the same formula as always. But the difference was because Black Panther's such a strong character, man, and the kind of backstory of their country, their fictional country in Wakanda. Taking those elements along with the normal formulaic Marvel ride made like a bigger, like a chunkier kind of, it's just a better product in the end. Even though it was following the same shit, it was just so nice not to have Iron Man flying around and all this kind of stupid shit. And a lot of that was to do with the African vibe. It was the costumes were great. It was very colorful. It was very aesthetically pleasing. Lots of just moments where I was like, the art direction was really, really good. And I just thought, I just think it's one of my favorite Marvel movies thus far, I would say.
The real stars of this show, of this film, with the art direction, the cinematography, and the soundtrack. King motherfucking Kenny, who did like all the original score for this.
Which you didn't hear much from the film, though.
No. But I think the music itself, like the composition or whatever, I think he was behind that. Like,
yeah, I think he had a lot.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
But he played a big part in obviously that.
The hype as well around it. With the Kendrick, it was like there was a lot of kind of.
But that's what it's like. That's the thing. Like what this film does right is visually it's beautiful. The characters in it that are portrayed, a lot of strong female characters.
Massively
the cast is 99.9% black.
Yeah.
There are only two white characters in that, and that's Andy Serkis and Martin Freeman's character. But other than that, it's predominantly an entire black cast, which is really good to see. All very strong characters. No one's really a victim at all in this film.
They did it very well that way, yeah.
But obviously, this film means a lot to a lot of people around the world about how it represents Africa and the potential, what Africa could have been had, it not been raped and pillaged and everything like that. But the film, as a film, for me, was just another Marvel movie. It had the same beats as every other Marvel film. It repeated the same concepts that you've seen before in other Marvel films. Yeah. So it just doesn't really go. I mean, I sat there thinking that I was like, okay, yeah, but maybe if the plot was like this, it would have been better. And for me to think that, for me to rewrite the film in my head and come up with a better version is always a better version for me anyway.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Is always a bad thing in my opinion. There seems to be conflict happen because of lack of dialogue, which is really stupid because you end up going like, well, if only he just said this, then they wouldn't be fucking going at each other. One of the things I did actually like was that this film wasn't heavy on the fighting and the violence and all that. It wasn't all about the great set pieces. It was, but then saying that, it just felt like predictable, especially going towards the end. For the hype that was behind it, I was truly expecting like a film that like took the Marvel universe to another level, just like Thor Ragnarok took it to that. The Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, did that, and then Thor Ragnarok did that. I was expecting the same thing with that, and it did on the visual side, and the auditory side. But in terms of the story, it's just okay. It just fits in, and it's quite right. It's built a world. It's
really
done all
safe.
that. Yeah, it's quite a safe film.
Yeah. The origin and the characters, that was all different, and like the basic backstory was like fresh to me, but it was just the same. It took the same steps as every Marvel film, but it was wearing a completely different suit than I'm kind of used to in a way. The characters as well were well kind of thought out.
Because it wasn't just giving you characters, it was giving you cultures as well. It was giving you, like, you know, the tribes and like their history and their traditions and all those things. They're all fascinating to watch.
But
but they're obviously taking a lot of inspiration directly, like you say, like causes the language that's been spoken. But there are like certain traditions in there, like from Zimbabwe as well. Like, you know, that
there was lots of. That's the thing. It brought me back home. It did.
I feel that's what carried the film.
Totally.
You know?
Totally. Yeah. If you stripped away all that, the colors and all the kind of backstory stuff, and you just went, what is this film doing, and how is it moving forward? It's like this is just a Marvel pipe. It's going.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And again, like I say, it's plot devices that have been used. You will see the similarities.
Everything about it, the whole thing really it's been done so many times.
Scoring this film is going to be very easy.
I know exactly my score.
My score is a Robert Downey Jr. out of 10. Because that's what this film deserves. It deserves a Robert Downey Jr. because Robert Downey Jr. will always make you smile, he'll make you laugh, he'll make you cry. But he'll never win you that Oscar. He'll never get like some. He'll never be the greatest film of all time. It's just Robert Downey Jr. is the kind of person that you want to see when you're coming down hard.
He's like
on
a warm
Sunday.
cocoa. That's what. it's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, this is what I wanted.
I knew what I wanted, and that's what I went to get, and I got that. Yeah. I got my warm cocoa, and I feel warm and nice.
There you go.
Nice, comfortable. I knew what to expect. This film I thought was better than any Robert Downey Jr. Marvel film.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it 7.5.
And that is that.
Cool, yeah, great times. I feel like we could have said more.
You can do. I mean, we can splice it in. What do you want to say?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't actually have anything to say. It is one of those things. I thought we were like, I don't know, yeah. No.
Do you know why it is? Because of all that hype that was built up.
It is.
It was all that hype that was built up, and you thought, oh, finally, I'm going to do a review about a Marvel film, and it's not going to fucking suck.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like, that's the thing. That's almost a disappointment about this film, is that it was going to be like this, it was a big black movie, and everyone was like, yeah, and you know, there was a lot of, in the black community, like, yes, we finally get a
They are.
They are. But still, it was like, and that's why, like, coming out of there, I was like, yeah, okay, it was that, but I was hoping, like, it could have just been more.
You cannot argue against the fact, like, at the end of the day, this is a film.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking jacket.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna go there and you're gonna watch a film, and you might want to watch it again and again and again. And to be honest, it's gonna fucking get a bit boring watching it just for the fucking costumes.
Yeah.
You want to watch it for the story. You want to watch it for the plot development, the whole cycle of a film. And if it doesn't deliver on that front, you cannot say it's an excellent film.
Yeah, it's definitely an excellent film.
You can only polish it so much. In my opinion, what it lacked anything new.
Yeah. That's what's weird about it, because at first glance you kind of feel like, this is a new thing, it's a new thing, it feels like a new thing, and then when you actually think about it, it's like, it's not. It's exactly the same thing, just like...
Anyway, there we go. I think we've said our bit. Fine.
Great.
Okay. Bye.